It was a chilly Thursday evening when I returned home from work, ready to unwind. My house was quiet, my kids were doing homework, and the last thing I expected was a confrontation with Karen, the neighborhood's infamous HOA enforcer who treated her clipboard like a weapon of mass intimidation. As soon as I stepped inside, I noticed movement near the living room. At first, I thought it was my cat knocking something over, but then I froze. Karen was standing there, mid-stride, inspecting my furniture, notebook in hand. "What, Karen? What are you doing in my house?" I shouted, dropping my coat. She spun around, eyes wide but maintaining her usual smugness. "I'm here to remove code violations. This property is not in compliance with HOA standards. You need to fix this immediately." I blinked in disbelief. Remove code violations? From inside my home? Without permission? Karen waved her clipboard as if that validated her actions. "You know the rules. I'm just doing my duty." I immediately reached for my phone and dialed 911, while also making a mental note to review the security footage. Unknown to Karen, we had recently installed hidden cameras throughout the house. Not just for home security, but precisely for unpredictable scenarios like this. While I spoke to the dispatcher, the cameras captured Karen rifling through drawers, measuring walls, and scribbling exaggerated notes about imaginary violations. The footage was clear. She had no legal authority to enter my home, nor to touch any of my property. By the time the police arrived, Karen was trying to defend herself, insisting she had a right under HOA enforcement policy. The officers, however, were unimpressed. After reviewing the camera footage and speaking with me, they placed her under arrest for trespassing, attempted theft of property, documents and minor personal items she had pocketed, and harassment. Neighbors, alerted by the commotion, peeked through their windows and watched as Karen, once feared and unchallenged, was escorted in handcuffs. The irony was palpable. The woman who had spent years intimidating residents with threats and fines had finally met consequences directly on her own doorstep. The HOA, predictably, issued a formal statement distancing themselves from Karen's rogue actions. Any pending fines or violations she had tried to enforce on residents were officially nullified, and her membership in the HOA committee was suspended pending further investigation. The footage from the hidden cameras became a local legend. At block parties and neighborhood meetings, people recounted the story with a mix of disbelief and laughter. The time Karen broke into a home to enforce the rules and ended up arrested because the residents were prepared, legal, and documented every move. For us, life returned to normal quickly. The cameras remained, serving their silent purpose, and our family enjoyed the peace of our home without fear of another unsolicited inspection. Karen's reign of terror had been definitively ended, replaced by a clear reminder that overreach and disregard for private property carry real consequences. Every time I walk through the living room now, I glance at the security monitor and smile. The house is secure, the family is safe, and Karen, once the neighborhood's tyrant, is finally powerless in the place that mattered most, our own home.